5:37, and it takes a lot of dedication to become a teacher in Pennsylvania.
And it takes even more to become a finalist for Teacher of the Year here in the Commonwealth.
Fox 43 takes a closer look at education, the money, and the people behind it.
Your schools are a reflection of your community. Mifflin County is uniquely situated because we're rural, but we're not all flat.
For a unique district with unique problems, English teacher Ashlie Crosson saw an opportunity.
We completely redid our curriculum in the past 2 years. With that, we've brought a lot of student choice and student interest into the text that we read and the classes that we offer. We created genre-based classes, and I sort of reinvigorated our school newspaper. We now have an Instagram and a TikTok. We also create and produce the district's magazine.
This outside-the-box thinking is what's leading Ms. Crosson to connect with her students on a deeper level.
Overall, it's great when a student says, this is the first book I really read from start to finish, or they come in and they're like, I'm 6 chapters ahead. That tells me that they're engaged in it.
And the impact she's made on them is leading her on a personal field trip this fall.
I am now a Pennsylvania Teacher of the Year finalist, and then in December, PDE will announce who their 2024 Teacher of the Year is.
But things haven't been easy in every aspect for her or for her students, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We all still look back on that year and we're like, that happened? We flipped our classrooms overnight.
And virtual learning led to some challenging situations for everyone involved.
Parents have contacted internet providers. They literally say, until the government makes us, we're not adding lines, because it's not financially lucrative for them to do so. We had families literally run their own cable lines, football field lengths worth of cable lines. Sometimes my students are like, I'm not coming to class because I'm going to work.
And while she pushed through the obstacles of pandemic learning, a staffing shortage lingers today, with fewer people going to school for teaching.
It is difficult if you are coming into the profession to be thrown into the deep end.
And it's impacting teachers of all subjects.
If you're in a STEM career and you could teach biology or physics or calculus, or you could go be an engineer, one of those pays significantly more than the other.
Creating competition for school boards.
Solanco, for example, is competing for teachers in Lancaster and Chester and York County. The numbers of teachers obtaining certification in Pennsylvania has dropped significantly in the past 5 to 7 years.
So what's the solution?
What we want to focus on really is making the pathway there more affordable for more people. And then once they get into those positions, making sure that they pay a salary that is competitive.
Legislative proposals to provide stipends to student teachers, increase minimum salaries, and a program to help paraprofessionals in schools earn teaching credentials are all on the table.
If you're looking at this and saying, this is an investment in the future, this is an investment in society. If our state looks at it that way and saying, it's not just about giving them money to pay the bills or whatever, but that we're looking at this and saying, you're choosing public service and you deserve a little bit of help with that. I think that does go a little bit of a ways.
Funding for education has been a contentious topic in the Capitol, with the school voucher program creating an impasse that lasted for more than a month. The finalized spending plan does have increases for K-12 education, and while teachers and unions say it's a place to start,
it's not going to fix everything to raise the starting salary.
We really do have to walk and chew gum at the same time.
They say it's a two-handed approach for lawmakers.
A student should have the same resources no matter what district they're in. And your number one resource in education is your teachers.
So while educators like Ms. Crosson will get a moment to reflect on her achievements this fall, it's the future that stays top of mind.
I'm very much of the mindset a rising tide lifts all boats. If we are making education more competitive and more enticing to another generation of teachers, then we're going to have better teachers in our classroom. And as a result, our community is going to rise.
And tomorrow morning on Fox 43, we're checking in on students' needs this upcoming school year. We also share what parents can expect from districts and how communication across communities can be a key factor in improving education as a whole.